Hi, this is Matthew Kenslow, and in this video I'm sporting my fedora right here. I had this one for years and years. I do have a walrus hat that I like. Anyway, the reason why I'm wearing it is because I thought it is befitting for the topic of this video that I have today for some reason. So for a little backstory first, it was January 24th, 2015, and I appeared in the Halo benefit for the 4th year, and I'm still a part of it today. It's an annual show. It's a fundraiser for autism. Halo stands for Healing Autism Through Learning and Opportunities. I have a few videos out.
Whoa.
Wow.
And I go to prove that autistics aren't different than anybody else. I'm there talking about it whilst juggling simultaneously and then going over to play piano. Well, on this day, after I was done, I went back into the theater of Newport Harbor High School, and one of the volunteers or workers comes by and saying there's a man from the OC Register wanting to ask you questions. And so, long story short, I did, and I had a wonderful conversation, but none of us realized what that started. On February 13th, which was 6 years ago today in 2015, after arranging it with the church, we went over to St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church and I played piano. It was sort of a video shoot and a photo shoot. The photographer wanted to take pictures also of my Royal Rangers uniform, also my artwork, my drawings and such. So it was just a wonderful few hours together. And I mention it all in this book right here that I've written, Juggling the Issues, Living with Asperger Syndrome. So as you can see, chapter 15 of my book is my story in the OC Register, and I talk all about it. It says, in January 2015, I juggled for the 4th annual Halo benefit. After I performed, I went inside the theater to sit down and enjoy the rest of the show when a person came over and said, "There's a photographer from the OC Register wanting to interview you." Little could we have possibly imagined the magnitude of what would unfold. After my first interview, the photographer met my mother and me at a Starbucks in February for further questions. We made plans for him to film me playing the Steinway grand piano at St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church. I played Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing, and also was interviewed in front of the camera as well. And then I go on to say what happened on March 12th, which I'm, of course, debating whether or not I should make a video about that. And also, I'm just very appreciative and thankful. He basically worked all year from January to December on this story of mine, so I'm very appreciative for the photographer. December 9th, 2015 was the glorious day when I was in the newspaper in the life section of the OC Register. Plus, the night before, it went on the website for the Orange County Register, and then all around the world from that point on. So I was also in a YouTube video that they made that was part of the reason why they were filming on this day. So I'll leave a link in the description below if you're interested. It starts out on the March 12th, 2015 date, and then it interviews a doctor from the University of California, Irvine, UCI Medical, and then it goes on to 6 years ago today, playing the piano and being interviewed. I was subsequently photographed on May 31st that year, Sunday, at my church ushering, and there was also an additional photo shoot there. And from there, it was months later before I talked to him again and just gave like a rundown on the story, making sure that everything's accurate and such. And again on December 9th, 2015, I was in the newspaper and such, so I'm very appreciative of that. So there's more details in my book if you want to know more about it. And I sent a picture of this page right here to the Orange County Register. I Facebook messaged it to them. They told me to email it, so I emailed it to them. And I'm still waiting to hear back from them. I mean, the last thing that I heard was that they pushed my book to their assignment desk. So I'm still waiting. In fact, I'm still waiting for CBS 2, KCOUNT 9, NBC 4, ABC 7, Fox 11, and all those are just in Los Angeles news stations. I also contacted the national headquarters in Manhattan in New York City, ABC, NBC, CBS, and also KTLA5, as well as PBS, plus a litany of autism awareness organizations and a myriad of school districts and a plethora of churches. I'm still waiting because I contacted a lot of them many times over since July 2019, and I was only on radio for 2 minutes. I mean, I'm very appreciative of Coast. You can watch that video. At the end of the video, you could hear me on the Coast, not to mention the affiliates across multiple states. And that's how I got in contact with Kate Atwood of KMVT in Idaho. So I've contacted with him, and we're going to set up a anti-bullying segment and such, where I just submit something like a video, and I'm still waiting to hear back, and that was like January 2020. So, but you know what, it's a work in progress, and that's why I've in previous YouTube videos I've had lots of call to actions. I've asked people who watch my videos if they know anybody in news or podcast or television or anything. I'm more than willing to help out, because that's all I care about in my own life, is just to help out. I care about making a difference and talking in a way that would bring awareness and acceptance to everybody, as well as people who are on the spectrum or have any developmental or physical disability, and realize that they could do what they set their mind to do as well. So that's all I care about. So please, if you know anybody, newspaper, podcast, radio, news, channel news, or schools, well, if you're in like Orange County, LA County, then please put my name down so I could make a difference in children's lives and in other people's lives, teachers and such, especially since I'm a future teacher myself. If you haven't been following me, I just got accepted into Vanguard University's credential program. So anyway, just to say thank you for OC Register, and it really took a lot of dedication for that photographer journalist to work a year on my story, or almost a year on my story. I'm very, very appreciative. I loved how the article turned out and where it went, helping people around the world. I was even asked many times for autographs for that newspaper, so or newspaper articles. So I signed the newspaper for them. So that was very special to me. Made me feel alive, you know. And one of the first places that I went to after being on in the newspaper was my former elementary school for a classroom over there to juggle and such, second grade, and that was rewarding. And speaking of which, I'm still waiting to go to every school of NMUSD, Capistrano, Tustin, Irvine, Santa Ana, LA, and such, to juggle and make a difference as a speaker, as an author, as a mentor, motivator, and such, which I guess just to update is still in the works. I got, or I heard from a person from NMUSD that as soon as the schools fully open up, I'm guaranteed to go over there and make a difference. So I'm excited for that. So anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video. I'm not sure if I will return on this subject on March 12th or not. If I do, I'll probably wear the same hats, but anyway, so wherever you're at, just do not give up on what you want to do in life. You have a calling and you have a purpose. Stay strong and be blessed.